Welcome to the most original video I've ever decided to make. You already know the drill, so I won't bother explaining. I'd like to keep my intro nice and short. Now let's get on with the video then. 1. I didn't like the Fake Love demo version. When BTS came back with Fake Love, I was honestly speechless. The song, music video and choreography itself was amazing. The album was full of bops, so I was really pleased with the comeback. Once I found out that there was a demo version for Fake Love, I honestly lost my shit and went to listen to it immediately. And I honestly didn't enjoy it as much as everyone else was in the comment section. What made me dislike the song were Namjoon's vocals during the chorus. Personally, I don't think his voice suited the chorus that much. But I'll have to admit, the instrumental and beat was quite good. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the chorus. 2. Boy in Love is BTS's best title track. Now, Blood, Sweat and Tears hoes and Fake Love bitches are about to come at me. But I must say what I have to say. Some might not like Boy in Love because it's either too cliche or cringy. But honestly, this song is one of the best things that I've ever came across by. Every time I hear the chorus, I all of a sudden feel energetic and at the same time nostalgic. But maybe that's just me. Jungkook's intro to the song is one of the most catchiest shit I've ever heard. Both Namjoon's verses slapped, and the high notes during the end of the bridge gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. And I'm not exaggerating. The music video and the concept itself is one of the most iconic things to me and always will be. However, I don't see them doing this sort of concept ever again since they are a lot older and mature now. Which honestly makes me sad, but at the same time, I don't want to see 20-year-old men dressing in school uniform, singing about their school lovers. But I hope someday I get to see them perform this song in real life. I'd probably be one of the loudest in the audience. 3. Monster X and Stray Kids have the best rap line in K-pop. This probably isn't unpopular, but I just really wanted to throw that in. The fact that Monster X have only 2 rappers out of 7 managed to make their raps sound so fucking powerful and incredible makes me question if Joohyun and Shankian are actual humans, and not fucking aliens from another planet that invaded Starship. And let me not get started on Stray Kids. My boys debuted only last year yet rap like they've been in the industry for quite some time. And I'm specifically talking about Jisung and Changbin. 4. ATEEZ deserve to win Rookie of the Year. I'm sorry, but my boys deserve this title. Hands down. Their performances are insane and their stage presence is out of this world. Literally. And my man Jongho is coming at your faves, threatening the entire industry with his outstanding vocals. I dare you to watch their performance video and then look me in the eyes and say, I don't agree. But you won't say that. You know why? Oh, because you'll be too speechless after watching it. However, I believe that there's a high chance of ATEEZ not getting this award, since now award shows are mainly about popularity rather than the talent itself. Which I'm not even surprised about. Now, speaking of popularity, this makes me move on to my next point. 5. 100 handsome beautiful faces of insert year. I swear to fucking God, whenever K-pop stans have the opportunity to make their faves win first place in something, they immediately take it, and then wonder why they seem so annoying to the public eye. Last year, for example, I believe Taehyung and Jungkook of BTS were in the top 10 of 100 handsome faces of 2018. But some armies were not pleased because they didn't get first place, but Jason Momoa got it instead. Jason might not be handsome to you, but he's fucking handsome to the rest of the world. Plus, this isn't a fucking K-pop Asian rank. It's international for fuck's sake, so don't be surprised if someone you don't find handsome or beautiful beats your faves. If this whole 100 handsome beautiful faces thing was genuine and their faces were being judged by professionals, I doubt your faves would even be in the top 20. And I know I'm sounding harsh, but you must understand, most idols got there because of popularity rather than their visuals. If you look at TC Candler's official Instagram page, you'll see the massive difference of the number in likes between K-pop idols and other people. 6. Rose of Blackpink deserves to be the main vocalist. I see a lot of people debating whether Jisoo or Rose should be a main vocalist. But let me tell you, Susan, that being the main vocalist isn't about having the strongest stamina in the group. It's called being the most stable. Now I can understand why some people may not like Rose's voice. And that's absolutely fine, since everyone has their own taste and preferences. But what I don't understand is that people who know nothing about vocals have the audacity to criticize Rosé's voice on some MR removal they saw her singing in. Just watch videos of her dancing less or not dancing at all, whilst she's singing and see for yourself that there's nothing wrong with her voice. Even professionals themselves commented on how unique her vocals were, so just because you don't like someone's voice doesn't mean it's automatically bad. However, Blinks or non-Blinks do have the right to be upset about the fact that she's not stable enough. Blackpink themselves say they practice a lot, but honestly they don't seem to improve as much. 7. Birthday by Somi is not a bad song, but it's also not the best. Personally, I find the song quite catchy yet is still mediocre, but I don't mind it. The only thing I don't like about the song is the ending right after the bridge. I swear to fucking god that part reminds me of a circus which then reminds me of clowns and I don't like clowns. In conclusion, it's an alright song that I'll occasionally listen to, but someone please listen to me and hire Somi a better stylist. Thank you. Next. 8. Kihyun of Monster X is the best male vocalist in K-pop. Try changing my mind and I bet you fucking won't. His vocals are seriously something God would most likely treasure. He doesn't even try and manages to hit them high notes perfectly without a struggle. If you're not convinced, I suggest you go listen to Lost in the Dream and decide for yourself. His vocals are no joke, so if your ears end up in heaven, and your eyes in tears after listening to it, don't sue me please. You have been warned. 9. YouTube views do not matter. Instead of streaming on YouTube you should be worried about the streams on iTunes, Billboard charts, Spotify etc. Now, I'm not forcing you to stream on those sources, but if you want your faves to get somewhere I suggest you go stream there instead of trying to make it up to 100 million views when you're already at about 50 million. 50 million views is already enough, if not a lot. But for some stands that might not be a lot since it's all about the YouTube views nowadays. And once a certain group has a comeback you can't even enjoy it properly without a certain someone replying to your comment, commanding you to remove images from it or else the YouTube views will freeze. I'm sorry, but where the fuck did this whole thing about images freezing views even come from? If you're that desperate for the views to stop freezing, then I suggest you do less streaming on YouTube because it's partly your fault as well. So please let my people use images and stop the harassment. In conclusion, if you're that desperate to stream, don't waste your time on YouTube, because it won't mean anything except for the most viewed music video, which is honestly nothing to be proud of. 10. BTS paved the way, with the help of second generation groups and soloists. Without the second generation I doubt K-pop wouldn't be as popular as it is now. I remember being younger and having no knowledge about K-pop, and jamming out to Gangnam Style, I Am the Best and Fantastic Baby, thinking I was singing in Japanese or Chinese the whole time. But you honestly can't blame me. I was like 8 years old around that time. So technically the second generation opened the doors to the mainstream whilst BTS managed to enter it, and then walked on the path the second generation didn't get to walk on. However, if it weren't for BTS, K-pop wouldn't be taken seriously as it's now. Even though BTS weren't the group that got me into K-pop, they were definitely the first to open up a new perspective for me. And that's the main reason why I became an ARMY. They were just different from the other groups and stood out a lot. So when people say that BTS isn't the reason why K-pop is so mainstream nowadays, it just makes me sad, because if it weren't for them, other K-pop groups wouldn't have as many fans as they have now. I'm not saying they wouldn't be successful. I'm just trying to say that if BTS didn't enter the door to the mainstream that was opened by the second generation, the groups probably wouldn't have the same amount of fans they have now. But it's important you remember that BTS is not responsible for most of the success a certain group has, because that's just disrespectful and you're making it seem as if the groups or even soloist didn't work at all for that success. However, what I hate a lot and find rude is when some armies don't allow groups or soloists to walk on the path that BTS paved for them, commenting on random groups' lives or videos, telling them they wouldn't be anywhere without BTS and they should thank them, is honestly what makes this fandom so toxic. Becoming a K-pop idol takes time, if not that even years. Trainee years are honestly like hell and a massive torture, so once these trainees debut, don't you dare get salty once their success starts to rise. If you're going to brag about your faves paving the way, at least let other groups walk on that path BTS paved for them. This is the end of the video, so I hope I got to at least offend one of you. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you respect my opinions and let me know how you feel about them. I'm gonna slowly start walking away now. Peace.